Yo, JBlanked here. What if your FlipperZero could secretly connect to the internet? I'm not talking about just sniffing for networks. I mean actually connect, downloading apps on the fly, and talking to APIs from literally anywhere. Today, we're diving into FlipperHTTP, a powerful upgrade that unlocks your device's hidden online talent. I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up step by step, so let's get right to it. The FlipperZero, hands down, is one of the most versatile gadgets for tech enthusiasts and tinkerers. It can clone RFID cards, analyze radio signals, become your universal TV remote, and a ton more. But for all its clever tricks, it has one major limitation right out of the box. It's an island. It has no built-in way to connect to the internet. Now, you might be thinking, but what about the official Wi-Fi dev board? And you're right, the hardware is out there to give the Flipper Wi-Fi, but just owning the board is only half the story. By itself, it doesn't really do much. It's like having a race car in your garage, but no keys. The hardware is there, ready and waiting, but the power to actually talk to the wider digital world, pull in data, and use online services is still locked away. That gap between what the hardware can do and what the software lets it do is exactly what we're going to fix today. The key to that engine, the secret sauce that makes it all work, is a project called FlipperHTTP. Don't let the simple name fool you. This is one of the biggest upgrades you can give your device. FlipperHTTP is basically a software library built for the FlipperZero. When you install it on a compatible Wi-Fi board, it lets your Flipper send and receive data over the internet. It allows your Flipper to make HTTP requests, which is the same basic way your web browser loads websites. This means it can download files, chat with APIs, and even crawl websites directly from that little orange and white device. And this isn't just for the official Wi-Fi dev board. The project supports a bunch of different hardware, including all sorts of ESP32 boards and even the Raspberry Pi Pico W, so it's super accessible. Once FlipperHTTP is up and running, it opens the door to a whole new world of apps that can use a live internet connection. We're talking about app stores, weather apps, stock tickers, and so much more, all running natively on your Flipper. This isn't just a small feature add-on, it fundamentally changes what the FlipperZero is and what it can do. Alright, enough talk. Let's get this thing set up. I'm going to show you through the whole process, and trust me, it's incredibly easy. First, what do you need? You'll need your FlipperZero with an SD card, a compatible Wi-Fi board, and a USB cable that actually carries data. The first thing we need to do is get the ESP Flasher app on the Flipper itself. Plug your Flipper into your computer and go to lab.flipper.net. The easiest way to get apps is through the App Store. In the Apps section, search for and install ESP Flasher. This is what will let us install the new firmware directly from the Flipper. Next, we need the actual FlipperHTTP firmware. Head over to the official FlipperHTTP GitHub page. In the Wi-Fi developer board folder, you'll find the firmware files. For the official Wi-Fi developer board, you'll need to download these specific files: FlipperHTTP bootloader, FlipperHTTP partitions, and FlipperHTTP firmware A. With those downloaded, open QFlipper and open the file manager. On the SD card, navigate to Apps Data and then ESP Flasher. If that folder doesn't exist yet, you can create it or just run the ESP Flasher app on your Flipper once to make it appear. Now just drag and drop those bin files you downloaded right into this folder. Now for the main event. Disconnect your Flipper from your computer and power it off. Then carefully attach your Wi-Fi dev board to the GPIO pins on top, and then power the Flipper back on. Open the ESP Flasher app on your Flipper, which you'll find in the GPIO folder within your apps section. In the app, you'll need to select a few options. First, select Reset Board, and then go back. Next, select Enter Bootloader. Wait until you see the message "Waiting for download" appear on the screen, and then go back. Now we flash. Select Flash ESP, or if you don't see that, choose Manual Flash. Now we need to fill 3 slots. Click on Bootloader and choose the FlipperHTTP bootloader bin file. Click on Part Table and select the FlipperHTTP partitions file. And finally, click Firmware A and select FlipperHTTP Firmware A. With all 3 files selected, scroll down and click Flash Fast and let the process run. Now, the very last step is to press the physical reset button on the developer board once. Then the LED on your developer board will flash green 3 times to let you know it was successful. And that's it. The firmware is flashed. To get connected, you'll use a companion app like Flip Wi-Fi to scan for your network, enter the password, and save it. If you're finding this guide helpful and you're getting excited about the possibilities, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on more cool Flipper projects like this one. Now, let's see what we can actually do with our new internet powers. This is where the setup pays off. Now that your Flipper is connected, you've unlocked a whole suite of powerful apps. We're going to check out some of the coolest ones. The very first one you should try is the Flip Downloader app. This, in my opinion, is the most game-changing app of the bunch. It's an app store that runs right on your Flipper. You can browse apps and even different firmware versions and install them directly to your device. No computer needed. Say you're out somewhere and a friend tells you about a new Flipper app. You can just open Flip Downloader and download it on the spot. This is how a portable multi-tool should work. Next up, and this one is pretty wild, there are even community experiments like Flip Social. It has a super simple anonymous social feed made just for Flipper users. You can create an account with just a username and start connecting with others. You can see a global feed of posts or just posts from friends. Now, typing on the D-pad is a pain, but the app has a clever workaround. You can preload custom messages from your computer to your SD card and make replying much easier. It's more of a fun novelty than a Twitter replacement, but it's an awesome proof of concept. But what about pulling information from the real web? This app connects to different online APIs to grab information. You can use it to get random facts, look up words in the dictionary, weather, real-time stock and cryptocurrency prices, GPS, elevation, and so much more. It's a perfect example of how FlipperHTTP lets your device talk to the massive world of online data. And for the really advanced users, there are even experimental tools like a web crawler app. This lets you point your Flipper at a website and save its raw data. It's a powerful tool for data collection and shows just how deep this rabbit hole can go. Those are just a handful of examples, but they show the incredible new dimension FlipperHTTP adds to this gadget. what we've seen today is really just the start. The release of FlipperHTTP didn't just give us a few cool apps, it created a launchpad for community innovation. Because it's an open source library, any developer can build it into their own projects. This means we're going to see more and more creative apps pop up. What's next? Maybe tools that interact with your smart home devices, apps that send you notifications from online services, or even custom clients for your favorite forums. There's already a simple online multiplayer game, and the possibilities are really only limited by what the community can dream up. The Flipper is no longer an island, it's a connected device, and its future has never been more exciting. So there you have it. We took a FlipperZero, a device known for its offline power, and turned it into a fully internet-connected machine. We flashed a Wi-Fi board, got it on the network, and explored a whole new ecosystem of apps that were impossible on this device until now. Your Flipper can now download its own software, check live data, and interact with the web from anywhere. Now, I've got a question for you. What's the first thing you're going to do with your newly online FlipperZero? Let me know down in the comments. I'm JBlanked. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.